What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, we got some new news, actually breaking news from PlayStation. They found their CEOs after Jim Ryan's departure, and, we've kind of talked about what happened with him and his legacy with PlayStation. Now we have not one, but actually two. They're going to be sharing the job and kind of splitting the responsibilities. They're going to have to work with each other, I imagine, but they got them, and I believe this starts on June 1st, and one of them should be a pretty recognizable name for PlayStation fans, that just kind of keep up with things, in Herman Holst. So he's really moved up. I saw a lot of tweets of this is a guy that feels very Phil Spencer-like, for better or worse, whatever you think of Herman or whatever you think of Phil Spencer, but a guy who's kind of risen the ranks, and Herman starting obviously with Gorilla, but just kind of keep going up and up and up, and now there's not really another opportunity after this one unless he wants a job at the larger part of Sony, I guess, right? Sony, not even PlayStation. So he's going to be one of the two, right? And what he's going to basically be doing is handling things like first party and second party, so kind of the in-house groups from PlayStation, also working on their film and television, all that kind of stuff of deals. And he's also going to be, like I said, splitting the responsibilities with Hideaki Nishino, which I believe he's the one who kind of stepped in when Jim Ryan left. So he's been the interim CEO of PlayStation. So he's going to handle, sounds like more of the business stuff. He's handled, now I do believe I saw in one place, he's also going to handle kind of third party deals when it comes to making maybe exclusivity agreements and things like that. Partner relations, maybe you could call it, right? But not first and second party kind of out there. So he's going to do that. And he's also focused on more of the technology. So when it comes to PS6, that's probably up his alley. The future of PlayStation VR, he's the man that you're going to want to talk to if you want a PS Vita 2, which of course I would absolutely sign up for. And honestly, I like the deal, or I guess, what's going on. To me, and I said this, I was starting to see some tweets about this on Twitter, but I kind of wanted to get out ahead of it. Herman feels like a gamer, and sometimes that's not always so great, but I really feel in this situation where they've kind of have a split thing going on, right, where one definitely feels more business-like, and one's focused on the technology, and one's focused, again, on more of maybe even the brand, you would want to say, and then Herman, he's focused on literally what is PlayStation's, what they own. Not even, by the way, not even necessarily in the present, but maybe in the past too, right? Future things, if they ever want to bring back a Jack and Daxter or Sly Cooper, I imagine that's up his department, because it's things within PlayStation, right? Now maybe it gets handed off to Hideaki, right, to find some studio to make it if it's not internal, but I like that split because you kind of have a gamer and somebody, to finish my thought a few seconds ago, it seems like people like this move. It seems like developers like this move. And you could say, okay, well, developers, they could be right, they could be wrong. But I just feel and this is how I would feel, if I'm in different positions. I always look for what I think managers should have is respect from the people below them. And they don't just get respect, they earn the respect. Honestly, that's kind of my motto, and that's how I've lived my entire life, doing whatever job it might be. If I'm going to respect the manager, if the manager wants my respect, I need to kind of feel part of me in them, right? And what does that mean in this case? You need to be passionate. You can't be, and that's what I really think Jim Ryan was missing. You could go through the laundry list. What did he cause? What did he help? What did he hurt? But I really never at any point thought of him as a gamer. And honestly, I would bet money, you'll never get people to admit it, but I would really bet money many of the developers within PlayStation, how many respected the guy, not as a person, not as a business leader, but as a gamer, as somebody that can reflect, and you could say, oh yeah, what's your love of games of the last 20 years? Rifle them off. Oh, we have similar tastes. I just don't think Jim Ryan was that guy. Now, maybe in some ways that was a good thing, and in some ways it was bad. I would prefer that you have somebody in there that knows that kind of department. And what I think actually works really well now is you literally have a split. If you want the more monotone businessman that honestly doesn't even need to know too much about video games, again, I don't think that's fully true with Jim Ryan, but if you want that person, you actually have a person kind of doing that. They're focused on the innovation. They're focused on pushing the technology. They're focused on that kind of stuff. Yes, they're going to work with games, but maybe not so much. Maybe that's really more Herman's thing. And I think that works because now you have kind of a gamer in that department. And I feel like you do need a mix. I think, say what you want about Phil Spencer. Maybe that's what he's missing. Maybe he's too much of a gamer and he's not the greatest businessman, but you can't be all business because then you're not a gamer and you're literally in the gaming industry, right? So it's tough. Like, it definitely, this might not work. Maybe it does work, and we'll just have to kind of see how it goes. But honestly, I like it. And I'm not playing like console fanboy isms. Like, I want these companies to succeed. Put people in place that you think can lead your company to better places. So I really do like the move just because I feel the splitting of responsibilities and kind of having a person that can fit each requirement. If you want somebody, again, more, maybe if you want somebody like a Jim Ryan, you kind of have it. And then if you want somebody to be a little bit more personable or maybe grew up in that. Now, Jim Ryan also had like 30 jobs within PlayStation, right? Like, he rose ranks and he was all over the place and he was there for an incredibly long time. So have these two. Not necessarily as long, but you have somebody, again, you have people that kind of represent all of these different aspects you would want in your heads of whatever it might be, in this case CEOs, right? So I like the move. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.